Hello there and welcome back to Nerd Forge 3D Printing. Today we have another Soleyin filament review. But moving forward, I'm going to make a few changes to even it out across the board. But before I talk about that, I'm going to show you the filament. This is Soleyin Ultra PLA in matte fluorite. It looks absolutely stunning. Under here, the yellows and the pinks, very nice. I got this off Amazon. At the time it was on a Prime deal. It was £11.50. I think it's still around that price. But I've got to say, this filament has really impressed me. So, as I stated earlier, we're going to change things around on how we're going to judge these filaments going forward. And the first one is we're going to be printing this. This is a wall test, and it really does display the filament off, as well as show me how well it's going to print up to 4 loops, 6 loops around the wall. As you see, one side it's like a green, and then on the other side it's like a pink. But this looks really nice under different light. And there you go, there's a blue. It looks really good under different lights. This seems to have printed really nice. You can clearly see the text, the arrows, the numbers. There's a little bit of over extrusion at points, but I am printing on a 0.4 nozzle, and as always, this was printed using Bamboo Studios on the generic PLA profile. I printed it on the P1S as always. I do have an A1 Mini, but for these filament test I will do every single one on a P1S. But just the multicoloured, every different angle's got a different colour. So yeah, I was really impressed with this filament and how this turned out. But like I say, going forward, every single filament I'm going to review will have one of these in the video, so you can get a rough gauge of how well it prints those walls and what the colour really looks like looking at it from different angles, if it has more than one colour. So, also going forward, I'm going to be introducing Nobby the Gnome. Every time we do a filament review, I'm going to be printing a different gnome, and we're going to have an army of Nobby gnomes. But this has turned out absolutely beautiful. The colours are fantastic. There's a few nicks here and there, but nothing like the light green Soleyin filament. Good first layer adhesion. Little bit of a issue there, but nothing major. Around the mouth as well, around the bottom. But honestly, it looks absolutely fantastic. Just look at that colour shift. It's insane. I am absolutely blown away by this filament. So along with the wall test and Nobby gnomes from now on, I'm also going to be printing a random test. Something that just catches my eye. On a medium to large scale. Sometimes it'll be really big, sometimes it'll be fairly small. But today I've picked absolute corker. Look at this. This is absolutely fantastic. Look at them shifts in colours. Like, there's so many colours in that filament. It's unbelievable. And it prints so much better than the light green. Just look at that. Just look. Yeah, there's some layer lines, but not on parts you're going to actually look at. Just if you're looking at it like that, you'd think, wow, it actually looks kind of scary and real. I am absolutely astonished with this filament, and they've really redeemed themselves, because the green filament, the light green filament, that was my previous video, was quite shocking. Soleyin being a brand, off-brand of Creality, this is what we want to see from budget filaments. Take note, people. This is absolutely 100% one of my favourite filaments I've ever printed. A lot of people have said, how's it change colour? Like, just look at all the different shades just from me moving it. Yeah, I get it, there's a lot of other companies out there that do this sort of thing, but this is something else. And I think they're on to a real steal with this. If you're looking at printing something like this, or even a knobby gnome, like, just, yeah, honestly, it's kind of left me a little bit speechless that this was so cheap and has turned out so fantastic. Yeah, Soleyin Ultra PLA Matte Fluoride. I don't see how it could get much better, if I'm quite honest with you. I really don't. I think there could be some fine tweaks here and there, but I think this has to be a 9.5. All day 9.5. You really couldn't ask for much more. Like I say, going forward, every filament review is going to have one of these wall tests, so you can see the quality of the walls, and every single one's going to have a different gnome, aka knobby gnome. I hope you enjoyed this filament review. There'll be plenty more to come. I have some bamboo filament. Let's see how the cheap compares to more expensive filament. I have some King Rune filament, some Tin Murray, which I really like. I've always spoken highly of Tin Murray. And yeah, there's quite a few other filaments that I have in stock that I'm going to be sharing reviews with you guys. I hope you like the video. Probably already said that. But if you could like, share and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. Thank you very much.